see you after a long time. Hi, Benjamin, Abdul, Yusuf. I see Novishi is joining in. Hi, Novishi.
Hi, how are you?
I am good. How are you?
I'm also good.
We'll give it a couple of minutes. And hi, Abdul. I have two Yusufs who've joined, and we have Brian who's joined. Morning, Brian.
Good morning, Soma.
How are you?
Pretty good. How about you?
Good, good. Okay, so we'll just give it 1 minute maybe. I know we are joining in. So in the meantime, this is ideally our last contest because next week is going to be demo day where you all are going to be pretty much having a mock expo. So next week is like the final, pretty much the final. So what I want you to do today is have fun, interact with each other, and just enjoy the journey, right? And what I want you to do is in the next few minutes, while we are waiting for the rest and beginning to have conversations, we're going to start getting prepared for what is going to happen next, right? So I'm going to tell you all the expo flow. I'll take you all through a few steps there. And before we get there, right, a lot of emotions going through. We started on 14th of February and it's 15th of May today. I mean, the days have just passed. So I want you all to go into the WhatsApp chat, right? Open your WhatsApp chat and share any GIF, any GIF that kind of expresses your emotions or your feelings that you felt during your journey at the academy, right? During the 100 days, any of your emotions that you felt at the academy, share any GIF that expresses that. Go into the WhatsApp chat and let me know. We'll take 30 seconds for this. Thank you, Abdul, for sharing that. Benjamin, Yusuf. I can imagine Yusuf's excitement when he's saying that expression. So share any emoji or any GIF. I just see two of you. You're not able to access the group chat, the WhatsApp group chat. Just go there and share any emoji, any GIF that expresses your 100 days at. Hey, Brian said, shared some fancy one, yeah. Okay, Brian. Yay, Novishi. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, Yusuf's all ready to say bye to us. So let's get started now. Thank you so much for sharing these fun GIFs. Keep them coming. That's good to interact and share that. Right? It's good to see you all participate. And this is something I want you all to do, right? I'm just reminding you again, next Saturday, that is 22nd, is going to be your demo day. Make sure before that you have your pitch ready. That is something we are going to prepare today. Also have everything else ready and completed because we are going to be pretty much practicing what your final expo is going to be. Tomorrow, the 13.1 and 13.2 is graduating. So it'll be nice to attend those sessions, support them, as well as learn what's in for you next. So be there tomorrow. I'll share the timings with you all so you all can attend it tomorrow. So I'll just brief you what happens at the expo and what you're going to, kind of get ready for when we have it. So everyone would come, you would have intros and the icebreakers. Then you will have your 3-minute pitch. Now, this is very, very important. You need to have a 3-minute pitch Before which, when we're having the intro and icebreaker, that is the space where I'm going to be sharing your headshot, your logo, and hi Zahara, your headshot, your logo, and your website will be shown there for people to see. You wouldn't be speaking at that time. You're going to be introduced at that time. So make sure you send them to me latest by today evening or tomorrow early morning, right? Your logo and your headshot that you're going to send me. Then what happens is you have your 3-minute pitch. So we are going to work on our 3-minute pitch. Then the whole community, everybody who's there is going to be voting, right? So once everybody votes, you're going to get points there, and then we're going to have finalists. Based on the finalists that we have, two go to the next round, two or three go to the next round. In the next round, you would be asked, like they would ask you questions. You're going to be, answering questions there, 1 minute each in each question. And then there's kind of a space where we calculate the scores, we look at the voting results that come in, and we announce the winner. So this is pretty much the flow of the expo. And for the expo, we invite a lot of people. Like for tomorrow's expo, we already have 100 people who are coming. So it's a grand affair that happens, right? So you'll have a lot of people there, a lot of people voting. So to prepare you for that, we take a step. We prepare you with the pitch today. We start working on it. Next week, we'll have the other mentors who would be there in the call with us, and they'll kind of give you feedback. They'll help you work on your pitch, the final pitch presentation, and take you through the process. Okay? Yes, Yusuf.
So this is an off-topic question, but would it be okay if I can come to the expo tomorrow just to like see how it works?
It's not an off-topic question, Yusuf. It's an amazing question. You all have to be there tomorrow. I mean, y'all are next. Y'all are next in line, so you have to be there for 13.1 and 13.2. So what I'll do is I'll share the timings with you. Whichever one you can make it to, just make sure you make it to that, because you'll get a very good idea of what is in for you next. Okay, so hi Daniela, welcome. Right, so all those who have not sent in the great job, Zahara, Abdul, for putting on your cameras, getting ready for the expo and the final rounds. Good to practice with the cameras on. We need that happening, right? So yeah, so all those who've not sent in your stakeholder plans, make sure you send them in today, because once you get your feedback and your update, only then you can start with it. Abdul, I will send the name of the people who are going to be in your team, so you can start creating your WhatsApp group and get started on your stakeholder plan. To the others, I think Daniela and I think a couple of Purim, that will get your names as well. Just waiting for a couple of hours after the contest, I'll send them to you, right? I'm posting out the graduation expo timings once again, just in case you've missed it. Make sure you save it on your calendar, invite family, friends, and if there are any email addresses that you would want us to send the invites to, just send them to me, because we send a formal invitation out. This is going to be happening on Sunday, 30th May. Reason this time is chosen so that we get a larger group of people coming, as well as, we're going to have people from all over the globe, different mentors, different sales team. Everybody's going to be there. So it's going to be like a grand thing happening there. Okay, I spoke a lot. Now let's have some fun and do some fun activities, right? Before we go into the pitch preparation for the next couple of weeks, what I'm going to do is I'm going to put you all into, how many of us are we? Right, I'm going to put you into two rooms. I'm going to put you into two groups. I think three groups. I'll put you into three groups. What I want you to do is, in the next 5 minutes, find out three things you have in common amongst yourselves, three things you have in common amongst yourself, and create a very interesting story with it. A 1-minute story with the three things in common. It can be anything. Like, think of obscure things, like any kind of things that can be common, right? It can be anything in random, but three of you have them in common. Create a story with it, and when you come back, I want you to speak out the story and tell us the story. If you are typing out the story and you have it ready, you can send it in the group as well. But I want you to come here and speak the story to us. Tell us the story. Okay? Any questions? No? Then I'm opening up the breakout rooms and you are going to go in a minute. No questions, right? Okay, rooms are opening. Here you go. Hey, team one. Yusuf, why do I see two Yusufs joining? Are you like tricking us? Are you like
Because I'm on computer and phone, so
it's okay. Yeah, I decided I should have done that as well because of my electricity. Anytime it may go off. Okay, just an FYI, if suddenly my screen goes blank, it's raining really heavy here, I'll come back. Okay, so just don't go away. Just be here. Just hang on tight. Okay. So which team wants to go in first with their storyline for us? I see Zahara is smiling and she's ready with the story. Sorry, Zahara, you're up first. Go ahead.
Can Benjamin say the story? Because he's the one that made it.
Okay, go ahead. Zahara.
It's a funny story. But can please Benjamin say it? Can Benjamin please say it?
Oh God, all right. So the story is about being creative, debating, and all having our own plans in lives and targets that we want to reach. Here's how the story goes. Once upon a time, Daniela, Zahara, and me, Benjamin, lived in a kingdom, right? There was a large kitchen and there was a turkey, uncooked. So we were like, oh, how do we cook the turkey? Zara said, I want to grill it. I said, I want to boil it. And Daniela said, I want to fry it. So we all had an argument about how best to cook it. And then we decided to debate on the matter because we're really good at debating. Who won? Me. So we ended up boiling that turkey. So since we all have our own life plans and aspirations, we all planned together and decided, all right, let's slice up this turkey and share it with the people. And that's essentially how the story goes. I didn't get to finish the rest of it.
This is definitely something that's really interesting and we want to know who gets to finish it. So I would request you, Benjamin, to complete the story and please share it in the group for all of us to read it. It was really hilarious. The only thing you're going to miss is your expressions because, you know, that expression that you put in while talking, we're not going to see it in the chat, but please go ahead and put in the story in the chat once you finish it later on, okay? It'll be nice, a good memory for us to look back on and reminisce on. So who wants to go next? Abdul, are you ready? Abdul is with like a serious face, like a full founder face. Rahul is like, sorry, Abdul is like, Abdul, do you want to unmute yourself and tell us a story? Yeah, he's smiling. He's ready now. Come on, Abdul, go for it. You have to unmute yourself, Abdul.
I think there's something wrong with his microphone because we've been trying to talk to him and it's not going through.
Do you want to know that? Are you on the team?
I think Brian will do it.
Yeah, I'll share the story.
Okay.
Okay. Let me breathe. Okay. South Africa, Pakistan, and United States. A group of friends from all over the world with so many creative ideas, but yet so different. One day through Zoom, we chose to listen to music, and yet our diversities split us apart. Why, you may ask? Well, to start off, half of the music we listened to was in different languages to start off, but we were so curious and driven to understand what each of the songs stood for. So, what did we do? We chose to translate the songs, and with that, we were a bit confused with how the songs translated because it kind of didn't make sense in the language we spoke. So with that, we began doing research. We began doing experiments with ourselves and seeing how these songs related to a deeper connection with who we were. And with that, we have people from very diverse countries, from very diverse backgrounds. And even if we speak different languages, we can still end up coming together as a whole, sharing music, sharing our curiosity for what we want to learn about each other, and expressing our creativity through so many ways. That was the little story, yeah.
That was an amazing story. And I like the way you kind of incorporated all these little points and made it into a complete thing. This is exactly what we're doing, right? Different things, you're bringing them together. You're finding that one common point and getting us amazing stories. Great idea. Brian, Purim, and Abdul, right? Good job. So who's next? We have team three. I think that's Novishi and Drew. And who's that? Yes, Novishi, Drew.
And you. Yeah.
Yes. Tell us your story.
Okay. So once upon a time, Novisi went to the beach during summer and she met two boys. No, she was listening to music and the music was so loud that she was even dancing at the beach side. And two boys walked to her because of how she was so like involved in the music and even she was even dancing to the music. So these two boys walked to Novisi and they asked her, like they started interacting with her and they found out that Novisi really liked music. And they also told Novisi that, wow, okay, we also really like music too. And due to our interactions, we all got to know that we also love watching movies. So
Nice. So y'all went to the beach and then y'all heard music and y'all also went to the movie. Nice, nice. I like the way you brought this all together. Thank you so much. I was just thinking if y'all all can put your cameras on sometime, maybe you can take screenshots to keep memories, last 2 weeks, probably the last contest. I don't know when y'all will hear me blabber again, but yeah, this is about it. Yay, Benjamin. Benjamin, we should see you giving up the contest and, sorry, the story with your expressions again. Oh, nice. We need some few more faces and we take a screenshot. Come on, guys. Screenshot, screenshot. Okay, we'll give a little more time, but we should do this. Nice to see your faces. Who's taking the screenshot? Who's smiling? Okay, make funny emojis, funny faces. Yusuf, you can stop eating for a while. Make a face. Everybody make faces. Are you ready? Abdul, you can't be making the same face every time. You need to change it, okay? Everybody ready? 1, 2, 3. Who took the screenshot? Oh, we saw Navishi. Come on, another one. Who's taking the screenshot? Yusuf, are you doing it this time? Wait, Abdul, you put your camera off. Did Abdul just run away? I have a problem with my camera. Oh, okay, Purim. Never mind. We'll try something again. Okay, let's get everyone in. Brian is adjusting his hair. All set. And who's taking the screenshot, people? Who's ready to take the screenshot? Brian is only smiling. He wants his best picture, right? He's not even saying yes to the screenshot. Okay, ready, guys? 1, 2, and smile. Great. Okay, we got some pictures. Last one. Sorry. Let's try another one. Sorry, my bad. Tech issues. Okay, everybody done with your hairstyling? And here we go. Yay. Okay, great. I'll send them in WhatsApp for some good times and good memories. We'll take another one a little later. But thank you all for putting your cameras on. So now let's come to a little bit of serious stuff because we are getting ready for our demo day, right? And we'll work on that part. So what I want you to do is on the paper that you have, or if you're taking notes on your laptop, I'm going to give you a few puzzle pieces. Okay. So what are we doing with these puzzle pieces is we are creating our final 3-minute pitch. Okay, so what is going to happen for our expo day? You're going to be presenting your pitch, right? So what are the small pieces that are going to go into your final pitch is what I'm going to explain. At the end of it, I'll also show you a few examples that have featured on our platform so that you can do that, and then you're going to work on it. So the first puzzle piece that we have is how you are going to relate to your audience, right? Remember, in your audience, you're going to have teenagers, you're going to have adults, you're going to have different people from different backgrounds, right? From different countries. What is your challenge is to connect with each of them. So the story that you're telling them or what you're sharing with them has to be something that relates with them. It may not relate to them directly, but you have to build that connect happening there, right? You need to find a way the audience is going to relate to you. So that is your first puzzle point, right? So maybe what you can do is every time I'm giving you one of these puzzle points, put in small notes that you would want to write about it, right? I'll give you time later on, but if anything comes into your mind at this moment, how are you going to relate to people, right? If I were to ask how are you going to relate to people, anyone wants to unmute and tell me how would you relate to people? Just a couple of points. You don't have to tell me a whole paragraph right now. A couple of ways how you can relate to people. Anyone wants to unmute and tell me? You can try.
Maybe
Yes.
ask if they've ever experienced it, like whatever everyone's pitches on. So yeah, because it depends on what their pitch is actually on. I'm not sure everyone else's pitch is on. If they've actually related to it,
Right.
like or experienced.
I couldn't really follow your entire question. Are you asking about everyone else's pitches, how they relate?
It's not a question. It's not a question. It's like because you said you said something, and I said it's how you ask them
Right.
if they could relate to the situation.
Right, how you ask them to relate to the situation, right? That's a good point, right? So how are you connecting with them is very important. So this brings us to puzzle piece number 2, exactly on what Zahara said, right? What kind of question do you want to ask your audience, right? You want to make them think in a particular direction, right? Particular direction. You're kind of putting a hook there. You want to ask them a question and you're kind of pushing them to think in that direction. This is where you can share a personal experience, you can relate to your problem, kind of bring that bridge there, right? So this is something that you are going to do as puzzle piece number 2. Novishi, are you able to read these points at least? I'm typing it out for you. I mean, I'm pasting them there in case you can't listen, right? So that is puzzle piece number 2. Which question would you want to ask based on your particular company, your business idea, that's kind of going to get the audience thinking. So these are small pieces that you are going to write points about when you are creating your 3-minute pitch. The third point is this one, which is very important, right? You're kind of stating a shocking fact, a statement. It's one statement that you're going to put out to the audience and make them feel worried about the problem, make them feel connected to the problem, or sort of kind of like suddenly get them in that direction. You're like, you just stated something and they will be like, oh, okay, probably they didn't know about it, or something that is statistics like 99% of people, or so anything that is shocking about your area, right? Facts and statistics that bring out the real factor. Now, you want them to also feel that there is an actual reason why you're solving the problem, right? You have done your part of work, but you want to connect with the people and tell them as well. So this is the third piece of the puzzle. The next piece of the puzzle that you are going to work on is share an individual instance, maybe share an instance. Over the months we've spoken about, you've shared so many instances where you've connected with that particular problem, whether you've seen it or maybe you have You have kind of, what do I say? You've seen your friends go through that. Maybe someone in the family go through that. You have gone through that as a person if you've been through a particular situation. So these are instances that you are going to also bring in into your final pitch, right? Another very important part is here, which we speak about how the world is going to look if the problem is not solved, right? So go back to your problem 3 days. When you created the problem, you saw the problem, right? And you realized what is happening right now, and that is when you decided to solve the problem. So what part of the world, what part in humanity, or what part in an individual person's life is going to look crazy if this problem is not solved? This is the next piece of your statement, right? Now, just a reminder, these puzzle pieces that I'm telling you can like randomly arrange them in your speech, right? You're creating a 3-minute speech. Just make sure you be as effective as you want to. Use these small pointers to complete those 3 minutes. Now, after you've told your audience about the whole issue, right? You've told them everything. You've built that whole, situation up. You've made them feel about the problem. You've made them feel about what is going to happen because there's no solution. That is when you start walking them through the product, right? That's when you kind of introduce the product. You build up, you create the suspense, and that's when you reveal, like, this is what I'm doing. This is what my solution is. Explain how your business works, right? You've gotten them to think already. So explain how your business is solving the problem. Walk them through as if they were a customer. Again, you have a time crunch. So the most important things, first start noting them down and then start creating your 3-minute speech, right? The final two pieces. Once you've built all these things up, you've told them what you're going to do, you kind of know what people are already going to question you, right? You may have some ideas on what kind of doubts people would have. So you may want to address their doubts. What are certain things you would want to tell them to kind of make them feel, oh, okay, this is how it's going to happen. Oh, this is what it's solving. This is what it's going to look like. So these may be areas you would want them to look like. And then comes your final piece. Your final piece is where you really state out in the bold how awesome the world is going to look with your product in it, right? Because you have introduced the product in somebody's life, you have introduced the product in some community, you have introduced the product in some, maybe in school or somebody's app or in somebody's lifestyle changes. How the society is going to look, right? What is it that you have done? So these are the several story pieces, like typically 8 story pieces that I want you to create your final 3-minute pitch on. Any questions so far? Okay, so now once your audience gets all these story pieces, right? When I talk, example, when I talk 100 things, 2 things that you would remember, you want me, like I should know that I'm telling you those 2 things again and again, or in a proper way that you're going to remember it, right? So for example, if you are going to be talking about, say, child obesity and their eating habits, when I'm talking about that kind of a problem statement, and I want to bring out the idea of nutrition and food and things like that, I need to make it very sure that when I'm giving my spiel, when I'm talking to the audience, those points are clearly stated out, that I am creating a nutrition plan that is going to help eradicate child obesity or help people creating things. So those points are what need to be highlighted, right? So these things are what you're going to focus on. So now that you've heard a lot from me, I'm going to show you a few examples. I'll show you just one example, and I'll tell you what we're going to do after this. Ta-da! Okay, here. Let's start with this one.
Hey guys, my name's Samara.
Sorry, can everyone hear? Can you all hear?
Right yeah, now? I can hear.
Sorry. Okay, starting.
Thank you for the presentation. So I'm the founder of Stronger Together, and without further ado, I will start my speech. Ya Aman, Ya I used to love hearing those words, which translate to be beautiful. They made me feel gorgeous, but they now give me a sickening feeling. I hear them way too often, hissed and whispered at me by the men in Cairo. That summer, I was walking back home to my grandmother's, and it was dark and sketchy. I took the shortcut from a narrow alleyway. There was a young man walking towards me. I looked down to avoid any eye contact, just like my mother taught me. I felt him staring. He said, "Hey, Amuzza," which means, "What's up, sexy?" At this moment, I was exhausted from all the unwanted attention. I was exhausted from bottling up my silence. My fear turned into anger. I rushed towards him and said, "What did you say? If you're a man, repeat what you just said." I was ready to beat him up. His reaction was priceless. He just accelerated and left. It felt amazing standing up for myself for once. I felt empowered. I went back upstairs and told my family about this story, and their only response was, "Why would you even respond? Don't you know that's dangerous?" According to a 2013 study led by the United Nations, more than 99% of all Egyptian women have experienced some sort of sexual harassment. It has almost become normal to get catcalled and feel objectified. The culture of victim blaming needs to stop. Today, I will tell you why I think women empowerment matters and how it could make groundbreaking change if practiced properly. I am the founder of a bootcamp that I call Stronger Together. It is an interactional bootcamp that gives women the space to engage with one another in a conversation about the obstacles and threats that we face. At the same time, I try to offer potential solutions while encouraging women to be assertive and finding resilience within themselves. In this bootcamp, I try to answer three major questions. The first one, what is sexual harassment and how do we combat it? The second, what is self-empowerment? What is self-exploration? How do we link our passions to potential careers? The last is, what is the importance of sisterhood? Studies have shown that investing in women's education and employment reduces poverty and encourages economic growth. Women play a really important role in society as role models, business leaders, and community builders. And my goal is to get women to realize their full potential and to accomplish their dreams, to get past sexist comments and past sexist situations. But what we need is the feeling of belonging, and that is what I'm trying to offer. A community in which women share their similar experiences and struggles while they encourage each other to find the strength within themselves, to fight discrimination and to fight gender stereotypes. Before I end, I'd like to leave you with one quote that makes me think. To struggle and battle and overcome and absolutely defeat every force designed against us is the only way to achieve. Thank you very much. My name is Anna. Hey guys, my name is Anna Abdulaziz.
Sorry, how do I pause this? Never mind. Yes. So this is something you all are going to be creating, right? You all are going to create a 3-minute pitch about your company. You are going to be a founder very soon and you're going to present that to the whole world. So with these set of instructions, I am going to let you all go today because in the next 30 minutes, I want you all to send me a voice recording. You don't have to send me a video recording if you don't want to right now. But the first draft, I want you to use these puzzle pieces and send me a 3-minute voice recording of your first pitch draft. Okay, so send me the first version. I mean, trust me, we've got completely shabby first recordings. That's fine because we'll walk through it, but we want you to get out there. I want you to practice it. I want you to overcome that. Just like you'll put on your cameras today with smiling faces, goofy faces, we want you to practice speaking in front of everybody, right? And next Saturday, you're going to have mentors, you're going to have other people who are going to attend your practice session. So before that, we need to get these things finalized and really, really crisp. So with these set of instructions, go ahead and start working on your 3-minute pitches. And I'm going to send this link as well so that you all can have a look at it and work on it. Any questions for me before I close the session and give you all time to work on your 3-minute setup pitch? Looks like we have no questions then. Okay, so I'm sending you all the links in the group. Please go ahead and start sending me the pitches in the next 30 minutes. I'm really looking forward to doing it. Thank you so much and have a lovely weekend, everybody. Take care. Bye.
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 Bye.